Hi, this is Al. In today's video, I'm gonna look at imbalance because I can sense there is kind of confusion around this imbalance. I don't think I'm gonna crack it, like completely, because it's actually very complex. So I will probably look at the imbalance from the point of view perhaps others can see. I don't know. I really don't know. It's really not easy. But funny enough, when I asked if I even should look at this theme, I got this card. Shake it up a little. You've got this. I really like the shake it up a little. So, well, I may shake it up a little. But let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use also probably a translator. Because it, as I say, it may be a little bit tougher this time. So I'm gonna also use cards just to help me out a little bit. I don't know where to start, to be honest. Well, I have ideas, sure, but okay. Imbalance. I'm gonna ask where to start. Where to start about the imbalance? Imbalance, okay. I'm getting some lovely, it's a spiral, right? Yeah. There is a confusion around the imbalance. I would say intentional, and you would be quite surprised how easy it is to make a chaos around something in our world, right? And because there is already so much of chaos, it makes it even easier. But what I see with the spiral is once a person like catches some kind of chaos, and chaos is that you take some truth or some information and you cover it up with a noise, with whatever you want to confuse others with. And once you embody this chaos, this noise, it's a spiral for you. But it doesn't really take you up, but rather down to the rabbit hole. So it's like for you, like it's saying, careful about that. Careful about what are you embodying, what are you attaching yourself to, because it can drown you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Well, I'm sure I'm not finished with this meaning, but let's put another piece of puzzle into the imbalance. you know, it's connected to also to the maturity of our soul or souls, because they are the young ones, like really the babies, and then they are the mature ones. But this range is like within our 3D world, right? 3D dimension. That's 3D babies and 3D mature souls, and everything between, and also outside of this range. So it would be 1D, 2D, and then of course 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many D's are there. 7 is the God's number, right? So let's use the 7. And the babies, the soul babies, they don't recognize many things, they don't realize many things, they just go with the spiral. So it's like up to the more mature souls to maybe even not allow this to happen, that the babies are drawn, they are not drawn, well, they are, first of all, yeah, they are drawn to something, and then when they attach to it, it keeps drowning them. I hope I'm pronouncing well correctly. So it's more about the well, let's put it like responsibility, although we have choice, right? We don't have to do that, but it's like saying, so if we don't have to do anything, does it mean that we're not gonna take care of our babies? You know. Also, when I hear people saying about others, and I would maybe even I think that those people are actually the soul, baby souls, and others call them like the sheep. And how does that help? Does it make any change? Does it make the others more or less responsible for anything that is happening in this world? I don't think so. Right? We need a mirror in these cases. Like, why should we create an environment where the babies can actually not to be drown or drowning? There are answers how to navigate in our lives. They are everywhere around us. They are within our lives. They are blueprints, you know, but we need to recognize them the same way as we take care of our babies, because they are helpless. They cannot think for themselves. They cannot do, you know, they cannot fight for themselves. They are blind, basically. And if there is someone who gives them something like a poison, they cannot do anything else than take it, because they have this need to be fed, right? To eat, drink. It's an instinct, and we have this instinct the first before we take over ourselves, until we control ourselves. So we don't really need these basic programs, these instincts, because we are mature enough to analyze and decide whatever we need to do at that moment, but not the babies. It doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make them, you know, doing anything wrong, basically. And it's like with the adults, but adults, like, by age, it does not mean that they are adult souls. I hope you understand this, because it's quite crucial in well, judging. I don't like really the word judgment or to judge, because it's like comparing, right? And we are trying to evaluate someone, but we don't know the other one. Well, even as a psychic, I can sense people. I can even see through all the layers, or their layers, right to their soul. And you know what? At the end, I can see, you know, the small souls there. They are not small, but behind all the layers, we are small. There are people actually I cannot really connect to. It's like empty shells, and I think that those are exactly like the complete babies, or yeah. I've read different maybe descriptions of these people, but at the end it doesn't matter who they are. It's about how aware we are, and if we are more mature, or you are, then I don't think it should be like hating others, pointing at others, saying, oh, they are the bad ones, oh, they are the children. That's actually part of the imbalance. So you may be very well part of the imbalance, like creating directly the imbalance. It's a spiral. Yeah. Okay. Another view at this imbalance. Yeah, there's a mirror and a window, which, you know, quite correlates with what I've just said. We need to take a mirror, look into ourselves, who we are. I keep saying that we cannot be mature society if we don't take care, or if we don't take care about the young ones and the old ones. Those two groups who are not really, you know, capable of taking care of themselves. Still, the young ones are probably, you know, more vulnerability is a noun. vulnerable. Okay, I can yet take the word out, but I think that you know what I mean, right? So the mirror is very, very important for every single each of us. There's a truth. The first you need the mirror, and then you can look outside. I think I actually mentioned this also in one of the previous videos in the reality tarot series. So if you don't look at the mirror, you are just shouting out of your window, and that's kind of this spiral going down. So if you want anything like a balance, there are two ways, right? One inwards and then outwards. I don't know. But you need both. It's like, yeah, either you are going down or up. But there is always two ways. We are not alone, like one point in the existence. There are many. So quite naturally there will be two ways at least, right? Interaction. So you can look outside without looking inside, but then there is only one way, and that's not balance, that's imbalance. And actually, okay, that's the blueprint for the whole imbalance theme, actually. Yeah. Not recognizing the two ways, not recognizing the interaction. That's the imbalance, actually. And it goes for relationships, it goes for exchanging energies, which is also money. And I think that the money is part of the imbalance, right? But it doesn't mean like, yeah, we need to have, everyone needs to have the same money or abundance, or I don't know what. There is the chaos. I can sense it. About the money and imbalance, balance. Yeah, the balance. It's like we can create balance if everyone has the same. And I think that's what's creating the chaos around the balance, imbalance. Because money, it's very important for us, right? It's energy we use or misuse. We need it because we exchange it, and therefore we can be manipulated through that quite easily. But it's not the only energy we exchange, right? We exchange like a sexual energy. And I don't think that we demonize that energy that much, at least, as money. But money itself is just an energy. There's nothing to, the energy doesn't do anything on its own unless we move it. Move the energy. Money is information, basically. Like everything else. This is information. I am full of information. You are as well. The world around us, I call it like a huge library of information, right? So everything is, for me, is like an information, and then there's energy is amount of information which moves, and something is like pushing the information, the set of information, therefore it moves, right? Some kind of energy, some kind of I don't know how to say this. Something, some source which can actually makes the information move. Okay, it does not really matter at this point, but we need to realize so many things. Okay. With the sexual energy, yeah, maybe that's a good example, because we don't have the same approach to this energy. We don't say like, oh, you need to have less of sex. We need to have, we all need to have the same amount of sexual energy. Do we? We let others to have how much of sex they want to have, right? So why don't we take the same approach with money? Yeah, we should ponder on this actually. I'm not gonna say more, because I think I actually point out the point. I touched what is it about, and you need to think about it by yourself, because to understand, you need to experience, and to experience is also like to understand the depth, and to understand the depth you need to like compare it to your knowledge, what you've already have, to take this thought and apply it to your knowledge, your experiences, because I can see actually that you can do it, and then you will understand it, and only then you can get another another view or perspective on the imbalance, and also on money itself. There's also imbalance in our view on money itself. Yeah, there's lots of things to contemplate on, but it's like your job, it's on each of us. Okay. Yeah, I thought it's not gonna be easy, but what is in our life? We don't live easy lives. We are not these like one cell organisms, right? We are complex, so therefore we can understand complex stuff about life. Therefore we can even find a solution to complex situations which cannot be easy logically, right? Yeah, what I hear, and the energy I'm getting at this moment is like lighten up a bit about all this, although it needs a lot of thinking and analyzing, verifying really with what you know. It should be done in like a playful way. So far the message is like you need to clear up the confusion. Like strip off everything you know about money, about imbalance. Those two words are misused. Or, yeah, misused. That's probably the right energy I'm feeling around this. It's like you need to strip it down to the core. So there is an energy. Energy is money, is, I don't know, find more examples. The sexual energy was just one I thought of, right? But there should be even more. I don't know what energy we exchange. Even thoughts, right? And yeah, sexual energy is actually creative energy. There's also like a chaos about sexual energy, how we use it, or do we need it, how much, or whatever. Yeah, that's another like can of worms. So yeah, I'm not gonna go there. But think about sexual energy as being it creative energy, because then it's like it changes, the energy changes, right? We can have a completely different perspective on that energy. So yeah, put like more examples of energies and then realize how you perceive each of them. And in the best case scenario, think deep enough about all of these energies, what they are actually about in their core. We need to start, if we want to clarify even the chaos, we need to go to the core. I don't know how to say it differently, but maybe it's not needed to say differently. I don't know. To the core. Let's leave it there. If you're listening only what I say, the words, and you don't sense what's behind, and you cannot understand the depth of the information I'm offering here, and there are messages that are coming through me, okay? Because I also need to clarify this mess, basically, about the imbalance. Then the chances are that you won't be able to grasp it. Therefore, maybe it would be advisable, but no. Maybe it would be better to leave it. If it's not confusing, good, okay? But in other case, I think, yeah, that as you might not understand this, you might leave it. Just let it be. And it's okay. It's okay, because there are others who are capable of creating the clarity about the chaos. I'm not saying it's me. I'm trying to clarify at least a piece, right? But there are others who are capable of that, but are they willing? Or what are they actually doing? Yeah, and we're gonna maybe touch a little bit another part of the imbalance, which is like waiting for the leaders. Right. a year ago I had this really big like inner push to find and encourage like the more mature souls, more mature people, characters in like I don't know, intelligence, you could say. But then I realized that it's pretty tough job, and I cannot do it on my own. I'm just, you know, one person from from one country, small country. And as I was looking for someone actually like that, more mature, I kept realizing that I have around me like even kind of more mature souls, or they have a potential, but they don't use it, or they misuse it. They are stuck, really stuck in like bad relationships. They are really like sucking their energies up. But because, you know, they have the potential, they can take care of others. They are understanding, you know, and they are willing to sacrifice for others, and they don't recognize that it's actually keeping them busy, so they don't use their potential elsewhere, like in more beneficial ways, let's put it that way. They are keeping stuck in these situations. I would say even it's intentional, or it's good for those who don't want these people in the world. The kids or the babies, the soul babies, they will follow, right? Of course, as kids do, right? They follow their parents, they follow their leaders, and they will do whatever they are asked for, or they are pushed, right? They are pushed what they are pushed to do, or manipulated even. And it's the same with our world, with our imbalanced world, right? The more experienced souls let others to lead the kids in the way which I would say is not good for them, for the kids. And they are really like manipulating them, because they have their own aims, goals, you know. I'm not saying they are bad, I'm saying that they are like it's more of a self-centered goals, right? And if they need others for their goals, well, then they may get them. There are those who will not understand that they are being manipulated even. So if there are more mature souls who are like, yeah, it's not my responsibility, yeah, well, they are sheep, you know, they are the bad ones. Well, are they really better than those who are manipulating the kids? In what way? They are also self-centered in that case, you know. I don't know. Well, you know, I'm not saying that not doing anything is wrong. I don't know if it is or not. I cannot really judge that, but those who can change something and they do not, cannot then like complain that nothing happens in the world or that others are bad because they don't change anything. Well, maybe they cannot because they don't see anyone doing anything else than those currently using, misusing, manipulate others. So really, if anyone wants to change the world here, they need to do something about that. No matter if they are others who will not follow that, who will do something else, well, they have the right to do that. Or they may be the kids, the soul kids, or they just like this way, the other way. It's not bad, or that it's not that they should be bad for that. You know, I see around, like mainly on LinkedIn, so many people who just point at others. They are. And there are people who think they have the right to decide about others, even about the lives of others, and they think that that's just, that they have the right to do so. Or there are people who find reasons why others are different than them, like why they vote for something else than them, and they think that they have the I don't know, that they are the right ones, the correct ones, and others are not. That's about respecting others. And again, if you want them to understand something else, to show them that there is maybe some other way, how do you do it? By saying them that they are the wrong ones? You know, like talking, explaining, it disappeared from our world, it seems, you know. And the most funny thing for me is that we take care of IT systems, about the security of information we use or we have within the IT systems, but we don't care about people. We don't care about even the security of our own information within us. And it can be information, it can be food, it can be, the drinks, there can be signals, everything what influence us, everything we receive. And we don't care about that. Not really. But we have laws, even to protect the information in the IT systems. We protect information, but we don't protect the babies, the kids. Really. There is imbalance. I can see huge imbalance there. I don't know how to describe it in one sentence, but yeah, there is chaos also. And there's one more thing I wanted to touch, like how do we take care of the IT systems but not ourselves. But maybe that's even up to you, to think about that a little bit like deeper. Because there is a lot of truth. Also, there's a mirror for us in there. Okay, right. Okay, something to cheer up us. Yeah, I sense heaviness in this, and I know it's not easy, but you know, the message is like to make imbalance balanced, or to make a world balanced, we need to start with ourselves, then to look outside and get ourselves, and possibly with that even others, out of the spiraling down direction. Because the more down we will go, the more pressuring it is, and it will crash us. Okay. And for that we need to clarify. So we need to go to the core, to the core of the matter. There's also like history, going further and further and further to understand. I also mentioned this thing in some previous video, because we deal with many things. We deal with only consequences, which are already consequences of consequences of consequences of consequences of blah blah blah, you know. And if you will analyze and work with only the last consequences, you are not getting anywhere. You are already somewhere down. Okay, somewhere down, or again, it's about perspective. You can look at this situation like there is the beginning and there is the end. We are here, and if we are going to review or judge even a situation only from like maybe from this point up till now, what are you judging? Are you really sure you can judge anything when you are missing all this? The same way life is not easy, getting to the truth is not easy. Understand one situation is not easy because there are so many things included in the situation, so many influences, so many already, I don't know, things that happened regarding one situation. So it takes a lot of effort and therefore time to understand one situation. And you can, you know, put here like the conflicts that are happening around the world. How much do you know about it? And how much do you care to know about it? So are you sure, you know, you are judging correctly, even if you need to judge? And there are also two different things: to judge and to find a solution. There are two completely different things. If you gonna act on your judging, you can purely manipulate the situation in a way you cannot even imagine. You cannot imagine the consequences. But once you understand more, you realize, oh, okay, that needs maybe a different approach. The less you can see about yourself, the less you like shout out, the less you say to the world. Like less meaning less valuable, less relevant, not deep enough, so it's like only surface level. So you may be a big part of the imbalance. Well, we are, because you know this world is not good one. Yeah, we don't live in Eden, right? So if we don't live in Eden, where do we live? And if we are born into situations and a world that is not good, and our soul experiences also matches the our I don't know how to say that, our blueprint also. So meaning our frequency matches the environment we are born into, where we experience, you know, whatever we need to, and it's up to us, of course, then if you want to carry on in this, or we want to choose the good side, let's say. So there is a reason we are born here, and then logically it would mean that, well, there is a part not good about us, so to speak. But if that is the reality, then okay. But look into the mirror and say, okay, yeah, I'm here for a reason, and maybe there is something bad about me. Bad, like self-centered, okay? And it's up to us. Do we want to carry on in this way or not? If we do, okay, we are here. We are in good place. Yeah, and then we don't need to change anything, right? Then we can carry on with those who are manipulating, because we are probably manipulators too. And it's okay if we choose this, because it's also part of the balance, basically. The balance means that there are both ways. We know it, we see it, we can understand it from the yin and yang, right? How it works. There are two sides of a coin, of one coin. It goes hand in hand at the end. It's not like right or wrong side. There are only two sides, and you pick one or another. It's just two views, two ways of living, two ways which like interconnect anyways at some point. But if maybe there is, I don't know, too much of imbalance, I don't know, maybe at some point we need to make it like more balanced, and that's what I'm sensing even the past few years. I also sensed a push to make more balance. Well, I've sensed it the whole life, but because I understand my way, but it's my decision, right? But the push I've been feeling is that I can sense it, that there are more people who want to go the other way, and it's like natural, because they are activated to go the other way. Let's call it, I don't know, the good way. If the bad way it's like self-centered, then the good way it's more like, I don't know, outwards, service to others, and through others we also serve to ourselves. But the bad way, it's more of a serving myself is the priority, and others will serve me. right? Others will serve me, others will serve my cause, my aim. Okay, I don't know if I'm explaining understandably, but yeah, you may think about it. And there are like there is so much knowledge about this actually in different sources, so I think you can find out if you will to know and understand more. Just search. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if this will clear up anything for anyone or clarify. But surely you cannot do it without yourself, without doing your work, you know, on yourself, and then you can actually see the outside world as it is, as for it is. Okay. Okay. Show your support. These cards are really beautiful. 4 is about okay, 4 is the next dimension, right, or density, 4D. It's another set ahead of us of like set of experiences, set of knowledge, set of understanding from 1 to 9, right? So at one point, even when if you are a mature soul, it means at some point you probably will like go forward towards the 4th dimension or density, meaning you will be the baby, the 4D baby, okay? And do you want not to have support? Do you not want to, you know, have someone who will guide you, who will create like a safe environment for you? If you don't want to, are you willing to offer the same for the 3D babies, souls? 3D souls, babies? I don't know. If not, why don't you show your support? Why don't you create the environment you wanted to have, or you will want to have? Again, it's a message probably for those who want the STO way, the service to others way, the good way, the supporting way, helping way, I don't know. Because at the end, that direction is about cooperation, right? Support, like togetherness. That's one way. Or the other, the STS, the selfish, self-centered, I don't know, way, like others for me, that goes inward, right? Goes down. Because there is one, the main one, like the pyramid, you know, at the top. That's why we have the systems based on this pyramidal scheme, basically. Because we all work for the one, or for the few then, right, at the top. They are getting our energies. That's why they have the most. Okay, I'm getting now like the message, the pyramid itself is not bad, right? It can be used for everyone if we, how to say it, like if we rotate. So everyone is like at some point at the top, and that's actually also how the existence works. That's where when the right time comes, for you, you know. That's exactly this, the rotating. And that's the also part of the balance, because someone wants to stay at the top, so the others don't have their chance. So they actually want to stop the flow, the natural flow. But I don't think it can happen. I don't know. I don't know if it can or not. Pfft. I'm only 3D, right? But that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. And that's the spiral also. The move. That's a natural order, right? The existence is still moving, still, I don't know, expanding, or I'd rather say maybe moving. Cycling, recycling. That's why also cycles are natural part. So if you want something to work, it's another basic principle of our existence you can use. In some way, in some form, yeah. But again, even these information are useful. You can utilize them, you can use them, you can like connect to your knowledge and make a sense, make better understanding of what is actually happening, because all this have an impact on everything that is happening in your personal life and in the world. Okay. You can show your support in any way you can possibly think of. Okay. The best firewall is to have information, right? If you have a firewall or antivirus on your computer and you buy some cheap one, or you have some free version, whatever, it can happen that these versions don't have enough information of the threats, about the threats, right? They have some basics. And the same goes with us, with people. If you don't have enough information about the threats, then you cannot set up your firewall correctly, right? You don't know what can actually threaten you, what can actually harm you, and then it can get inside your system and it actually harms you, and you don't know what it is. You cannot recognize it. Then you misrecognize it for something else, right? Then you go to the doctor, and doctors, they can see the consequences of consequences. But what's the core problem, issue, right? I'm connecting the dots now, you know, and how I see it, how it's shown to me. So yeah, I'm doing channeling all the way at this moment. But I'm also connecting small dots where I'm guided to through the messages I receive. I also need to compare it and connect it to my knowledge. You know, we are not given like information, the whole information on the gold plate or golden plate. It wouldn't work anyways. I know it. I know it very well. So even with this information, you need to, if you were willing to, of course, if you want to know more, you want to have the understanding, you want to have a clarity, you don't want to fear, because fear is lack of information. And now I'm being reminded, fear it's not only your fear. Yeah, it's also about fearing of others and about others. If you fear, okay, you may be fearing someone, but it is because, again, you don't have enough information about them. So yeah, you need to gather more knowledge. And how do we get more knowledge? We search, we ask. That's a solution, right? When we fear someone, that we will keep asking them whatever we need to know about them, instead of, I don't know, fighting, attacking, whatever. I don't know. Might be interesting solution. Or starting point, right? Until we know. And once we know, we don't fear. We can act, of course, but I think that then we will act like relevantly. We will know how to act, actually. So we don't need to find some other like messy, too quick solutions. Hasty solutions. Yeah, okay. Alright, it's already an hour. Okay, I'm gonna... At the bottom is culmination of vision. That's also, it's beautiful card. If you, well, again, if you're willing to just pause this and look at deep into the card, because the more knowledge you have, the more messages you can see actually in the cards. Any cards, any symbolism, any picture, vision, whatever. And there is like culmination of vision. You know, butterflies. Do we see them or not? What do we see? Okay, there is the recognition. That's very, very important. I'm gonna say quickly, hopefully. Sometimes the kids, right, the babies, they don't see, they're blind, they don't see their some butterflies or animals, right? They're not able to see. Then as they grow up, they see more and recognize more. It doesn't mean that the butterflies weren't there before, right? But they are starting to see more, to recognize. And that's the same with us. That's the same also with the other dimensions or densities, the 4, 5D, 6D, whatever. For me, that's why I call it the wider reality, because it's real, it's there, but we don't see it. We are not capable to see it at this moment. Not everyone, right? There are more people who are able to see that or sense it somehow. But it's also with the situations going on, with everything. There can be chaos, so we can have a sense like, yeah, there is something. And I understand it's an animal. And I understand that maybe even it's a, I don't know, it's flying. It can fly. But I don't recognize it. I don't know, is it this butterfly? Or is it butterfly? Is it, I don't know, a bird? Is it whatever? But I connect to the information that it flies, because I can see it like moving around me. So chaos That's the chaos, right? Chaos takes something which is there and just makes a fuss around it. So you don't know what to connect to. There is something you are not sure about, meaning you don't have the clarity, you don't have enough information to recognize that it is butterfly and this is this, I don't know, specific butterfly, the admiral or whatever. Okay, or the brownie butterfly. So also there's a message like, realize that you at some point you are also still a baby soul, because you cannot recognize, you don't have clarity, you don't have enough information about something. Yeah, I wanted to just today I was looking at the cards and I laid them like, you know, the upwards, or not upwards, like face down. And I was thinking about something and I was just looking at them like that. I didn't turn them up. And then I realized that they are the birds. I don't think I've ever noticed this, and I've got them like for years. And that's the thing, we can have something in front of our eyes, but we don't recognize it. And there are so many things like that, you know. Yeah, it's about identifying something, making clarity of something, vision. Use your vision, of course, use your even inner vision, intuition, if you can, and start making clear something, so you can see, literally see, and therefore understand. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, I think, because there is so much to think about and to go like deeper. But well, that may be your work to do. So well, I hope I didn't make even more chaos in this. That really wasn't my intention. Well, it's not easy, but it's interesting. Life is interesting, so don't make others and yourself to push yourself down. You know, life doesn't want to like kill you, finish you. Life is still going on, it's still on. It does not want to stop, therefore it does not want you to stop. Do you understand? Right? There may be others who wants, or they would like you to do something else because they could use you, right? Like for their benefit. But do you want to or not? It's up to you. Okay? But still, we are, you know, life wants you to experience life, live. Also enjoy, right? Because then you are playful and therefore then you are creative. But at the same time, there is another option. And that is like, yeah, you can be a diamond. But how a diamond is created? By a huge pressure. You know, pressure and of course the fire, right? Heat and stuff. So, well, if you don't want to do it the playful way, the nicer way, there is another way. Yeah, and that's like also part of the balance, I'm afraid. Yeah, but I think that we know that. I don't need to say, I think, more. Okay, take care, bye.